Hey fellas, today we're going to talk about a super secret yet super obvious ingredient you need for your erections. If you have erection issues or any other type of health issue, you need to pay attention. Because today I'm going to break down a really simple reason why you're having these issues, and it's a really simple way to fix it. Just by loading up on this one critical ingredient. And hey, this is Brian, aka Uncle B, and for the last 23 years I've been a men's performance coach with Africa Fly, now known as GoodWood. And of course, in order for me to, as a coach, help you take your sexual health level up, we have to get into some things that sometimes we just miss out on the basics. I'm not gonna waste any other time with this. I do have to give a quick shout out, and that is to Arsene Remy. I hope I'm saying that right. And yes, you do need to get your sleep in. That's gonna fix a lot of things, sir. Get to it. And as always, if you like what you hear, go and hit that like button, that subscribe button, that notification bell so we can get some more of this information to you. And what I'm gonna do is break this one down because it's so simple yet so effective till it cannot be broken anymore. All right, listen, fellas, let me tell you a story. For the last 3.5 years, I've been, researching, getting all this information. I've been doing all the things I've been talking about in terms of the energy, the sleep, the exercise, intermittent fasting, and taking care of your soul, your stress levels. Been doing all of that, but somehow, some way, I ended up with high blood pressure. How is that possible? That doesn't make any sense to me at all. I mean, I lost 60 pounds. My testosterone went up by 300 nanograms per deciliter, and I went from a 5 to an 8, 9 on the sexual performance scale. And with all that, high blood pressure. How does that even come about? And then one day, I hopped on my fancy bedancy, that's what my sister calls it, a fancy bedancy scale, and on this scale, it told me something I didn't know. It said that my water percentage, as far as body weight is concerned, was at 50%, which is not good. Because it's supposed to be at 60%. And it's been like that since I had the scale. I didn't realize until I was just doing the research and was like, hey, I am chronically dehydrated. That is messing with everything, period. And here's why. Water makes up 60% of your body, 85% of your blood, 75% of your brain, and 25% of your bones. Chronic dehydration affects a good 75% of people. So check this out. If you get yourself hydrated, you're actually in the top 25% of men. That's simple. One of the craziest things is it also keeps your body from absorbing nutrients. So you're eating all the right stuff, you're doing all the right things, and your body isn't even accepting it. And for my guys who are trying to lose weight like me, dehydration slows down your metabolism. If you actually get an extra 16 ounces of water into your body, your metabolism goes up by a good 30%. And also, dehydration causes your blood vessels to constrict. So obviously, if you're trying to have an erection, which needs blood flow, and your blood vessels are constricting, you're not getting where you need to go. And overall, that explains my blood pressure diagnosis. How did I get to high blood pressure? I was chronically dehydrated, and it finally caught up to me. And stay tuned because, it's going to catch up to a lot of other things if you're not paying attention. Because chronic dehydration leads to a lot of things like constipation, bad breath, sugar cravings, muscle weakness or cramps, accelerated wear and tear on the knee joints. In fact, your tendons are 80% water, so if you're dehydrated, it's easier for you to get injured. Pay attention to that. Of course, we're talking about chronic fatigue, increased cholesterol, premature aging, acne, and skin problems. And oh no, we're not done yet. It also reduces blood to your brain, which affects your memory, your concentration, your ability to problem solve. It even puts you into a bad mood. And, if you're just sitting there driving with all of those different things, your concentration is off. Oh, is that an accident? Yes, it is. And according to an NIH study, it basically just shows that people who drink less water have lower testosterone and higher cortisol. Why is that? If you're chronically dehydrated, your body is in a constant state of stress. So basically, dehydration is when you're losing more water than you're bringing in. Water also aids in lubrication of the joints, helps you with your eyes, your vision, flushes out toxins and waste, and like I said before, it keeps your skin healthy. Some of the early warning signs of dehydration include the one that everyone talks about: my mouth is getting dry. Lightheadedness, you're just plain old feeling tired, having dark colored and sometimes smelly urine, and passing urine less often. Now, there are a number of things that can influence how much water you're actually losing. We're talking about your age, the climate, the amount of physical exercise that you do, and of course, your diet. Because if you're eating a lot of dead things, basically they're all dry. You look in the supermarket, yes, they have aisles and aisles of just dry stuff. And they have that one aisle that's all wonderful with fruits and vegetables that has a lot of water in it. So who's at risk of being dehydrated other than me? Older people. Yes. Call up your grandma, call up moms and dads, let them know, drink some water, because things get worse as you get older and you're dehydrated. Of course, if you have such issues, some long-term issues like diabetes, or you're really into drinking your alcohol, yes, you need more water in your life. And of course, athletes, the longer you're working out, the more work that you're doing, the more intense the workout is, the more you're going to sweat, the more, that's the way you're losing weight, and water, yeah, through your breath, that all plays into effect. And when it comes to your sexual performance, yes, dehydration leads to problems with your stamina. And if you're dealing with sexual performance, we're talking about, yes, you need to keep it up. Well, yeah, dehydration deals with your stamina and your strength. You're not on your game, player. When it comes to your erections and dehydration, when you have slower metabolism, that means you have more fat. And more fat is actually going to help create more estrogen. And of course, when we're talking about the high blood pressure, that's going to lead to problems with blood flow, especially to your penis. And of course, you have those higher levels of cortisol, which is going to lower your testosterone. And all of this leads to increased anxiety, which is going to make your performance even worse. So what do you need to do? Drink water gradually throughout the day. Now, I do want to say this. Too much water at one time may increase the risk of hyponatremia, which occurs when the electrolytes in your body become depleted. Now, how can you make sure your electrolytes don't get depleted? Well, go through the list of foods I always talk about. Yes, go ahead and get your apples, your bananas, your spinach, your kale. All of these things are going to help with your electrolytes, get everything in place. One extra tip is to drink the majority of the water first thing in the morning and all throughout the day. As it gets later into the day, you want to reduce the amount so you don't have so much you wake yourself up in the middle of the night, like I sleep around here, to go to the bathroom. Now, when we talk about not overdoing it, going for 3 to 4 liters of water in a short period of time can lead to a whole bunch of issues. You don't want to do that. And for a liter, that's about a good 4 glasses of water. And of course, we want to avoid the plastic, so you're either going to drink your water from glass. Oh, this is so good. Or thick plastic. Now, we want to avoid the plastic altogether, but if you have to go plastic, go with the thick plastic. The thin plastic, BPAs, a whole bunch of problems. We talked about that. And when it comes to drinking other things, even the fresh fruit juices, really just go with the water, because you're getting a whole bunch of sugar in there. Coffee is not a great thing. Sodas is not a great thing. If you're going to get teas, make sure you're getting unsweetened tea. But yes, water overrides all of that. Make sure you're getting the water in your life. And we do have a link to a hydration calculator down below. That's how much we take care of you around here. Yes, we do. And of course, how much you drink depends upon your body. We're talking about your age, your size, your activity level. There's a bunch of different things to pay attention to, but once again, it comes down to you. Just keep adding water to your system. And of course, make sure you get a scale like I have that can help you in determining where you are. Because believe me, I thought I was drinking a ton of water the entire time, but yeah, some days I was, some days I wasn't, just depends on activity, etc., etc. You want to get yourself to that 60% so you're all good. So that's it when it comes to this water, but I do have to give a quick shout out, and that goes to Joe Steffel, who asked basically, will GoodWood work for a 72-year-old? Yeah, of course it depends on your level of sexual health, but yes, it does work for the vast majority of men. And yeah, pay attention to all the things I said. Make sure you get your water in, sir. And to find out for yourself if GoodWood will work for you, go to givegoodwood.com. And you can use the referral code GW15 to get 15% off of your order. So question of the day, do you think that you are chronically dehydrated? And do you have a scale to check it out? Make sure you find out. And of course, if you like what you heard, go ahead and hit that like button, that subscribe button, that notification bell so we get some more of this information to you. And this is Uncle B saying, get your game up and go hard. Peace out.